Okay, folks, look, we back at it again. Look, this is a tough challenge. Actually, I'm calling it a challenge because somebody said that in the comment. They say, good luck, AB, with your challenge trying to post every day. So today we finna do green beans. We're gonna have a little bacon in there. I'm gonna build up the traditional flavors that we all grown up with. I wanna call them Southern, but these are just straight great tasting green beans. Oh, and if you're doing them for the holiday, let's get it. Okay, so look, we got just a few ingredients right here. Really, green beans, you're gonna get a lot of flavor from here, so I don't have to use none of my, bacon grease that I have saved. We're gonna render this down and get something going, right? We got butter, garlic, onion, and over here we got the stock, right? And you guys know by looking at this dark color, this one's a little bit more full. These two that you see right here, these are the ones that I made. This is homemade stock. What we're doing is we really building layers on top of layers, right? So this is super simple. We always gotta have, black pepper, kosher salt, and this right here is what's gonna separate mine from the rest of what everybody else does that don't have this. This gives it a nice little kick. You guys gotta check it out. It's on my website, and don't forget, this recipe is even printable at smokingandgrillingwithab.com, and that's WITAB.com. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna go ahead. Let's start off with getting a little heat underneath here. All right, so look, I get a lot of questions. Everybody asks me what type of burner is this. You guys can go on Amazon. It's just an outdoor single propane, right? It take a little propane can burner. And the reason I use this is because I don't want to have the cameras behind me and I'm filming over there, and I don't like when I have to have it on the side of me. You know what I mean? So I don't use my stove. So if you guys want to know, Amazon, or check your, like a sporting goods store, they got them too. Just an outdoor burner. I'm gonna start off with a little butter. I'm gonna do this now, and be honest with you, I had the butter out, because for those of you guys that don't do this step right here, you want to use butter if you're not going to use no pork, right? It's nothing wrong with me putting a little butter in here too. Butter just adds a little flavor to it. So I'm going to just cut these down like this. Whatever I use, I got a wooden spoon, a square edge wooden spoon over here to my side. And we'll use that to just separate these and break them up. And again, I know that I started with butter. You know what I mean? You don't have to, because bacon is so full of fat. Right, but that's how we're gonna build the layers. And then for those of you guys that don't want to do that, you can go ahead and put some extra virgin olive oil and a pad of butter, stir that around, and then you can saute your garlic. I want you to pay attention to the way I'm gonna do this bacon. I don't want it to be crispy or cooked all the way. You remember how grandma used to do it? It used to be nice, soft, still have some fat. That's the way I'm gonna do mine, just like what you see right here. So actually, these are about ready to come out. So let me go ahead and take these out. Now that I think about it, we don't really mind if it got the bacon, fat on it, but out of habit, I always take bacon and put it on a paper lined plate. Okay, so now, after I remove my bacon, right, we got some bacon fat in there. Now we're gonna go ahead and get this onion together. Let's put it together like this. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna half it. And now we quarter. Right? This is an easier way to peel that I found instead of trying to peel it in the beginning. Look, you pull that first outer layer out right there and you gold it. Then you can just cut this little tip off. Let me go ahead and finish the rest of them, and we'll drop them right inside. This is what I mean. When you put it in there, you can see all the layers. It'll open all up. I like to use a lot of onion, right? So this right here is gonna pick up some of that flavor down there. The acidity from this onion is gonna help pick up some of that fine. We're just gonna let this work around just for a minute. I just wanna make sure it's all getting soaked, and we'll just leave it like that. You can take it and break it up if you want to. It'll release on its own though. Like, look at this piece right here. See how it just opens up? This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna bring this over here to one side. For those who've been watching me, do you know why I'm doing this? I'm putting it all on one side. I'm gonna wait a second. Give you something to think about, right? Because we're getting ready to add our garlic. And when we do our garlic, right? So I'm gonna take this, and when I mince it, I like for it to not get in here because I don't want it to burn, right? So I put it right here on top, just like you see. You see that right there? And we just leave it there. Now I'm gonna get the rest. And one of the things I like about my press is I can take all of this skin, anything else is, that's left, I put it in there, and then I'll do a repress, and then look, you get it all. It's almost like it says hello, right? So we get this going just like this. Now I'm gonna go ahead and turn my fire off. I don't want nothing to burn, but I just want to move this around, let it have some time to, release its flavors in here. But you guys see what we're doing. I can see how cool it is, and I can see it's going away. We're not gonna burn into this garlic and this right here. We right on point. Let's look at these green beans. I already pre-did these, but I want to show you guys. Do you guys know how to snap them? Let me just show you something. I already have these done. I just washed a couple of more because I got a couple of more videos I'm gonna do, with the green beans, right? So this one here, I break off the tip, use my thumb, and then I just snap them. How many of y'all remember doing this with grandmama? You know what I mean? I always say grandma would. You know what? My grandfather didn't cook, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. My grandmama cooked everything for him, you know, but it was my grandma that did it all. Let me know down in the comment section below how many of y'all was kids and been in the kitchen with your loved one and you've been snapping beans. Only thing I'm doing different is I'm doing them right here. I got my trash bin here. My grandma used to have a bag right here. Remember having that bag? She was like, hey, be quiet. Quit asking all them questions and just snap these beans. Now I want you guys to answer this one down in the comment section below. This is for all the people that have already done that. You know we snapping them here, right? We snap off this end. This the part that hung onto the branch. We get rid of that one, right? But you see this part down here? Tell me, do y'all snap this one? Yes or no? Let me know down in the comment section below. Now that we got everything snapped, right? I just wanted to show you guys. Now I'm gonna add my chicken stock to it, all right? So when you add this here, now listen, we got options when it comes to the chicken stock. You could have, did something with some kind of bouillon, you know what I mean? Anything that you do to get some flavor inside of there, but don't just use water. This is ready. And again, this is all that homemade stock, right? So I just put about 3 cups, a little bit over 3 cups. I'm gonna go ahead and raise it up on high because I want that to start boiling. And then once I see it starts to bubble, then I'm gonna go ahead and introduce my green beans to it. All right, so you see we got a little boil going, right? I like to see my onions. You know what I mean? So look, now we just go ahead and introduce this. Now, you remember we had our bacon. Let me go ahead and turn everything back up. It's the veggies that brought it down, my temperature down. So you want to get it like this. Now, some of you guys are gonna say, man, he could add some potatoes to it. You can. Trust me when I tell you this right here is good. And if you're doing these for the holidays, you don't want to get full or nothing like this. So let me go ahead and add a little bit more stock to it. You know what I mean? Let me get it up maybe about 1 inch over the top. All right, now that we come up to a boil, right? You see this right here? This is the Creole Kick. I got another one open. I want to hurry up and try to, get this one depleted, right? This is what's going to give us that bite, that southern, taste that we used to, tasting. And I'm going to add just a pinch of salt. Oh, just to wake him up. And, we always going to do fresh cracked black. All right, now we got that in there. We just set it up for a simmer, like super low simmer. And then I'll see you guys in about 45 minutes. You want them to be nice and tender. Okay, folks, look, this has been, I'm gonna say about 50 minutes, right? So let's just go ahead and break this over here on this side. I already had the lid off and I just checked it just a second ago. I know for a fact that this is ready. Now, I know you guys are only used to calling that liquor that you get from collard greens pot liquor, but come on, talk to me, folks. Let me know, have you ever put cornbread or something like that? Look at that, you can see all of the flavor, all of the seasoning. All right, everybody, look, this is how we do it. Fresh green beans, a little bit of that bacon love, cooked down just right till it's tender and packed with that flavor. And if you don't believe me, take a look at this pot liquor right here. So look, ain't nothing to do but to go in here and give me some more. I done already ate it. You can look at the color that's in our liquid, which is our liquid gold, right? You know it's fire. And if you want to know, is it soft? I just get in here, just give me a little bit. You know what I mean? Now you guys, see that right? Oh man, that's the kind of texture I like. Some of you guys might like it to be a little softer than that. You know what I mean? If you want it to be, a little harder, you got to adjust your time, right? Less time equals a harder, green bean. More time, make them nice and soft. But if you follow this right here at a low simmer, at right about 1 hour, this is what you're going to have, folks. Hey, with that being said, I'm not going to overtalk it no more. Cheers, y'all. And look, I know I ate right out of this, but don't trip. I'm not going back in. Where is my cornbread? Well, that right there is fire. Trust me, folks, I'm eager to hear what you guys got to say down in the comment section below, especially if you hadn't made this. This is one of those dishes that'll be great for somebody that's a new beginner trying to do something big for the holiday. Go ahead and get your feet wet with something like this, right? So listen, if you're rocking with these vlog feast vibes, go ahead and drop #feast mode. Hit the like button and let me know how you're going to be doing your green beans. And don't forget, we just getting started, right? Day 8 is right around the corner and you know it's going to be another fire dish coming out of this right here kitchen. So listen, if you're new to my channel, let me just take this time to say, hey, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button, and tell everybody out there, there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. Now, what I got to do now is put this in some type of bowl so I can transport it, because this belongs to somebody down the street. And you know what I like to do. I'm out. Peace.